Caesar de Bello Gallico, Book 6, Chapter 14. The Druids were accustomed, actually, to be away, infinitive complement, from war, nor do they pay, I guess is a good term, taxes together with the rest of the people. They have an exemption, object phrase, probably of military service or for military service, dative of, let's say, reference. And they also have immunity of all things. Oh, that's interesting. Having been excited by such advantages and many, ablative manner, by their own accord, assemble into their schools of discipline and are sent by their parents and relations because there's some options. They are said, indirect statement clause, to learn a great number of verses, genitive possessive there. And therefore, and so, non nulli, not none or many, remain, accusative extent phrase, 20 years in the discipline. Nor do they consider, indirect statement clause, it lawful to mandare, commit those things they learned, dative indirect object, to writing. When they use Greek letters, now this is probably an although concessive clause, in nearly all other affairs, so they use Greek letters, both and in public and private transactions, by ablative, probably it's ablative here and it's appositional. This seems to me to indirect statement clause to have been established for two causes, namely because neither do they wish. This is subordinate to indirect statement clause, so therefore that's why it's subjunctive. They wish their discipline to be brought out into the common people, because secret stuff, nor because those, well, let's see here, let's take it apart. Those who learn, having relied, take an essay, upon letters, should cultivate the dative, their memory less. So in other words, nor, he's taking up the indirect statement clause there. That's why it's gone to the infinitive. It's kind of rough for Caesar, but that's right. Which regularly almost always happens for the greatest part, so that they relax, these are the students, they relax their diligence by the aid, ablative means phrase, of writing in thoroughly learning and understood cultivating the memory. Now, that's a tough passage. We'll go back if we have time. In the first things, in particular, they desire to inculcate, they say, but I think persuade that this is their main doctrine, indirect statement clause, the souls do not die, but after death they pass from one body to the other, so a type of reincarnation. And they think, indirect statement clause, by this ablative manner, they are greatly excited to virtue. So, and they think that this, men understood, are greatly excited to virtue, ablative absolute clause, with the fear of death having been disregarded or neglected. Moreover, they dispute or discuss and impart to the youths, juventuti, neuter plural, many things about the constellations and about, understood, the motion of them, about the magnitude of the earth of the world and the earth's lands, I guess. They talk about the nature of things, just like Lucretius did, about the power and the majesty of the immortal gods. So let's go back up here to this passage regarding why they've done this. Because, so therefore, everything is written, nothing is written by memory. And they, although they do use Greek letters in nearly all other things, both public and private. So in other words, they use Greek writing to put stuff to committing to memory, but everything else is memorized. For it seems to me to have been instituted about these causes because they neither wish the discipline, their secret doctrines, to be divulged into the people. You got to put in 20 years. Nor that they want those who learn, those who are learning, to though they wish that they have relied upon letters, indirect statement clause, and that they should cultivate memory nonetheless, which ordinarily happens to a great many. Calculators are in use, so we don't memorize multiplication tables, so that they relax, the students, their diligence in studying and in memory, their diligence in memory and in studying by the aid of writing. In particular, they want to persuade them this, persuade this, I think is an object phrase, I think. That appositional, the indirect statement clause is appositional to the this. That the souls do not die, but after death they pass from one body to the other. And they think that by this are greatly excited to virtue, with the fear of death having been neglected. So therefore, kind of nice little doctrinal stuff on the old Druids. Next chapter, chapter 15.